Good afternoon all, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and we are going to be testing out 0.7.2 of Assetto Corsa Competizione. Now it is a hotfix, and to be honest there's not really anything that's been done in the VR sense, but I thought, given that I haven't done any VR work in a good month or so, we've had a few updates and I thought we'd run with a race just to see how VR is getting on. And do you know what? I am really liking it right now because things have improved so much, and what we're finding now is that I can up the settings in the game and run just a far better experience, run smoother, run more cars, just up the graphics so it just looks so much better. So what we're in now is a 10-minute race in Paul Ricard. I'm driving the BMW M6. It's early in the morning, so we've got a bit of a sunrise, and yeah, there's no rain, no dynamic weather or anything like that. There is a pit stop in the middle. Started at the rear. What I would say is I was planning to do a commentary including the names of the corners. That's not going to happen, simply because the corners are pretty much I just can't pronounce them at all. I'm not French and I'm going to end up spluttering my words, so we're going to go with corner numbers today. So as you can see, we've got a fairly decent running of settings. We're pretty much running on medium to high now, with the odd couple of settings for epic, where before I was running on low. What else have I noticed? So in Paul Ricard, not really much has changed. I'm running on 90% AI, aggression and competitiveness. You can see that this particular corner here, which is the last turn, turn 15, it gets very slow and you can catch up with AI very quickly. The rest of the track, well, you'll just have a look here. So if we start in a new lap, we're behind the Mercedes now. It's moving across to the left. I would have thought it would have gone to the right a bit, getting into the first corner, but we've managed to take that just about. Yeah, we've taken that on the outside, but he should have really covered it off. Now we're going to go into turns 3, 4 and 5, chasing down another BMW, but we've got quite a selection of cars ahead of us, pretty much most of the grid, and again we're able to catch up here. Now the car gets very tail happy. You'll note the steering wheel will just start to you can see the little twitches there as we hit the long arse straight. We're not really gaining too much on the cars ahead of us, even with slipstream. You can see the cars ahead of us are just starting to pull out a bit all over the place, but we're nowhere near catching up. Got that Ferrari that's darting around a bit, and then we're just going to drop a gear as we turn into turn 10. Again, not really gaining too much time on this lot ahead of us. This is probably my weakest corner. Turn 11 as we exit that. Try to avoid that curb a bit. Into 12. Again, we're kind of caning on them. And then just running a bit wide onto that, getting it a bit crossed up. And then you'll see as we come into the sort of final corners now, 14 and 15. Had a bit of an issue here because cars are coming into the pits for their mandatory pit stop, which just meant that they all completely, got all choked up at that last corner, which just allowed me to find a large amount of time and also pass. Again, car's not really moving to the right as we go into that corner, but this is where I need to make it work for me. I've got a bit of a clear track ahead. It's a bit of time that we need to utilise, try and whilst other teams are doing the undercut, so to speak, I'm going to try and get the best out I can for this one lap before I come into pit. Back behind a BMW and a Bentley now. Try not to hit the accelerator too hard, but you can feel the rear end starting to go. Trying to chase them down. Coming up to halfway. So yeah, we've got a mandatory pit stop which we need to do. Everyone, well, pretty much half the grid's already gone, so it's just a case of me and probably those ahead of me that need to go in. BMW and a Bentley looking to fight it out. BMW's got the straight line speed. Coming out, running very wide. To be honest, all the AI cars run wide into that corner. As we take turn 11, getting it a bit. It's just, do you know what? The beauty about this car is it's you can fight it or it starts to fight you, but actually you can gain some good control of it. But it's really nice to drive with a steering wheel because you get a nice rear end and it's a little tail happy, but you can always control it. We're trying to go around the outside of the Bentley. No. So this is where we come into the pits. Select into first, so we get the pit lane limiter to start. My pit lane actually is at the beginning, more or less, which is, I don't know if that's good or not, but we'll get into the grey box. And now it's a case of just sitting. So yeah, whilst we sit here, as you can see, a whole host of cars come in. The VR experience, you know, realistically, you don't need all these setting changes that I've done in previous videos anymore. It really is running really nicely. The only thing I have to say on the matter is still the fact that you still need a pretty powerful PC, because you still need to be able to run a relatively large grid, potential for some dynamic weather like some rain, that kind of thing, and VR, and that's all a whole host of processing power that you need your PC to do. So we're coming back out now, running on cold tyres, but it looks like we're going to rejoin in about 14th or 13th, so we have made up quite a bit of time, but we haven't got that much left of the race actually. I think we've only got a couple more laps, chasing down the Audi R8 ahead of us, but we've still got enough sort of gap in between so that we're not going to get held up by anyone. Looks like it's going to be 4 cars that I've got to compete with till the end of the race. Car sliding again, but it will do on cold tyres. But yeah, you can still see that maybe if you looked at previous videos that I had, that the cockpit sort of shadowing and texture was a lot lower, so I can up that now. So Kunos have done some fantastic work on improving. They haven't necessarily improved the VR, but they've improved the fact that you can run higher settings now, and it's utilised your CPU better and your GPU. Not gaining too much for this lot ahead of us. We're coming into turn 12. Keeping it tight. Are we going to run wide? No, we're not. But we're slightly closer to that Audi now. So what we're going to do into the final corner 15. Oh, we get a bit crosswards, but we're straight down the inside. Hopefully you didn't see that coming. We might be able to take this Nissan. Quick look in the mirrors. As he moves out, we'll try and go around the outside. Have we done it? Oh, nearly take out that Mercedes. He's fighting. Yeah, have we done it? Yeah, there he is in the mirror. So we've passed the Mercedes. So we've actually passed 3 in the last couple of corners. So we're up to 11th now. Now chasing down fellow BMW driver. But I've sort of resigned myself to the fact that pretty much for the rest of the lap, I think my best shot is going to be into the last corner. Because as I say, the straight line speed is not any way of catching the cars ahead of us. So some people like these VR videos. I don't know if other people don't, simply because, you know, because I'm got my headset on, I'm moving around a lot, and when you've got it on, you don't tend to notice that you're moving it too much. If you're watching a video like this, you're just noticing a lot of movement, and some might find that incredibly annoying or make you feel sick. So I do apologise, but let me know your thoughts on whether or not you actually enjoy watching these VR videos. So we've gained quite a bit of time on this BMW now, so I'm thinking that last corner, if I'm going to do it, it's going to be this last corner. We're going to go? No, we're not going to do that. So back onto the start-finish straight. So we're going to finish 11th in a 10-lap race. And there you have it. So, although I'm not talking too much about the game and about sort of all the updates that's going on, I just thought I'd introduce you again to version 0.7.2 so you can see how VR is coming along. And if you're thinking of getting VR in the future, this is kind of what you expect to see. If you've got any questions or anything, then please do let me know. And I will get around to be doing more Assetto Corsa videos shortly with the new update. But so, in the meantime, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Hit the bell button so you get notified of more videos. And I will see you all again very, very soon. Until next time, see you later.